Welcome to the Limelight podcast, where authors, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders step forward to share their ideas, stories, and strategies. I'm Clarissa Burt, inviting you into thoughtful dialogue, refined insight, and an esteemed way of living. Hey everybody, it's Clarissa here. You are in the Limelight with yet another extraordinary author and so much more. What a story this gentleman has. And he's coming all the way in from the Netherlands, which is very exciting. There, I don't think I've ever been. I've traveled much of Europe, never been to the Netherlands. But we're going to be speaking now to this gentleman who's got, again, as I said, quite a story. Here he is. His name is Gerard Wouters. Lovely to see you. And you are the author of How to Make Life Simple, Happy, and Successful the Taoist Way.
Yeah.
Interesting take. I would like to go back a little bit to what brought you to write a book and to be, I know that you're also a coach and that you help a lot of people with this, your philosophy. And believe me, when I say, I know you talk about anxiety, you talk about depression, and you talk about a lot of the things in life that are making it rather difficult over and above the difficulty that we're already seeing on a daily basis around the world for political reasons, right? So these are definitely times where we need people, people like you, coaches like you, books like yours to help us get through difficult times. Go back to the beginning, Gerard, and tell me, I know that there's something I read about your childhood, which was definitely not the happiest.
No. I had very old parents, so they had no idea how to treat me. So I was independent at very young age already.
Yeah.
I started working on the carnivals and in a paint factory at 11. And
yeah, wow.
Quite young. But
quite young.
Yeah, running away. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to be at home.
Yeah, I can imagine you didn't want to be at home. And so there were some things that happened to you along the way. I didn't know if you want to discuss that or not. Not important if you don't. But things that say that you didn't have people that were protecting you as a child, quite the opposite. No, and that can be a very difficult place for a child to get started with, especially with PSTD, difficulties in character, in acting out, in all the, depression, anxiety, things we've talked about. So fast forward then from your childhood that was very difficult. What happened in your life that was the light bulb moment that changed everything for you?
Well, that was when I met my Taoist teacher. Because obviously I thought I was stupid because I didn't fit in. And I was very slow. And I didn't understand. But as soon as I met my teacher in a business meeting, I met him. He was staring at me, very annoying.
Yeah.
But when I walked up to him after the business meeting, he started to tell me who I was, what my problem was, attitude, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you if you could sit up just a little bit because your face is cut by the labels. There you go. So you're getting cut by the Just bring it there. You go. Perfect. So how did you meet this gentleman? Did you look for him? Did you research him?
No, I was in a business meeting and he was invited there because they wanted to do a project with him in Thailand. So the project didn't happen, but then I became his project.
You became
because everything he said was spot on, incredible. I couldn't understand why somebody who I didn't know knew exactly what my issues were,
Yeah.
So I took him home and we started talking, and at one moment he said to me, you think you're stupid, but in fact you're not. Quite the opposite. I see and experience that you are very intelligent. And you know what? That's why people don't understand you.
Yeah.
And that was really an epiphany. I really had to be like,
shocker.
What? Yeah.
Wow.
And at one moment he told me, he asked me, he said, you know what? Just take a piece of paper and write something on it. And I had something like, what do you mean? Why? Why do you want me to put something on paper? He said, just humor me. Take a piece of paper, write something on it, and I'll tell you why. So I did, and I wrote something on paper. And he says, you know what? I have a big surprise for you. You're not stupid. You're dyslexic.
Oh, dyslexic.
What? Dyslexic?
Wow.
Wow. And I've later on started to search for this on internet. And wow, story of my life. That's why I
Wow.
was slow, from
Yeah.
here to
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I was really slow.
Yeah.
And well, for somebody who's dyslexic, it's quite a challenge to write books and
It's an
be
epiphany.
financial,
It's an
be
epiphany.
financial
Yeah. Yeah.
intermediate. So, well, he helped me overcome it, most of it. So, yeah. But
Wow.
yeah, that's really an epiphany.
Yeah.
Not being stupid and being dyslexic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well,
Unbelievable. That must have been a real light, turn the light bulb on
oh yeah,
moment.
that was a
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
an eye opener. It changed
Wow.
my life completely. I always saw myself as being stupid
Yeah.
because I was slow and nobody understand me. And
Yeah.
when I talk, people have something. Well, what are you talking about? I have no
Yeah.
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And now I understood. Suddenly all the puzzles started to fall.
Yeah. So
So
not
yeah,
great, not great for your self-esteem, obviously,
yeah.
especially as a young boy. Now, at that point, what happens? Do you start studying under this master to become a master?
Well, he stayed with me for 5 weeks. I
Ah,
had a big house at that moment, so he had his own room. And he stayed with me for 5 weeks and he started to test me because, this knowledge that he gave me is ancient secret Taoist knowledge and it requires a lot of discipline.
yeah,
Yeah,
of course, of
yeah, and
course.
that's putting it very mildly.
So you started to really dive into the practice.
Well, the first 5 weeks he really started to test me and find out if I had what it took to learn this.
Yeah.
And after 5 weeks, he asked me, you want to learn this? And at that moment, I had such an incredible experience with him. He did incredible things, and incredible in like facial expressions, learning body language, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And well, I just had to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Wow.
I knew I had to know what the hell he was doing and how he did it.
How many years ago was that, Gerard?
Oh God. Uh,
Never mind.
33 years ago.
No, a lifetime. I mean, really, you've been.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was 32 or so, and now I'm 62.
Yeah. So how is it when you're working with your students, your assistant, your clients? Are you following along those same lines? Are you seeing something in someone, maybe not so much in another?
I see everything. Your body tells everything. Grief, fear, relationship issues, you name it, you see it.
Is it physical?
You can feel it.
Is it physical? Is it illness? What? Explain a little more.
Well, let me give you an example. When somebody sits like this, there's anger. There's something that happened that made them very angry and he didn't process it.
Okay.
He didn't get over it.
Understood.
Now I'm going to show something that you don't like.
Why am I doing it?
With a lot of people who wear glasses and have a strict face, like a teacher, you often see that they were emotionally suppressed, and usually by faith, religion.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you see. And when somebody is on my couch and he keeps doing this, I know he's a control freak. Your body tells everything.
Incredible. And what about illness? Does illness work into that in some way?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let me give you an example, like rheumatism.
Yeah.
With rheumatism, you see that this is often the oldest daughter in the family, and in the youth, the mother, they lose the mother in some sort of way, not literally, but figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
Like, illness, divorce, you know it, and then the oldest daughter in that family is required to start running the family. And that's a very big thing for a child. So what happens?
Yeah.
Cramps up.
Yeah.
And this shows in later in life. It comes out of you. You know, your body
Well,
tells
you just
you
described
responsibility.
you just
Yeah,
described my situation to a T.
yeah. Well, your
I'm the
body
oldest
tells
girl.
you.
I'm taking care of an elderly
Hyper,
mother. Uh,
hyper
yeah,
responsibility.
yeah, yeah,
That's the issue. That's absolutely the problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I just now am starting to be having, I went to obviously for the doctor. She says it's not really rheumatoid yet, but it's, you have a little arthritis, So yes, I'm understanding perfectly what you say. What about
Yeah.
things like headaches or I don't
It
know.
depends. It depends. It depends what kind. If like migraine, and now I'm going to say something that you will probably find very funny. Uh, a migraine is an orgasm in your head.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and you can ask your physician; he will tell you the same. The problem is that when you have migraines, you use your energy here that should be down there.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's the issue.
Uh,
I've
you
I've had
talk
a,
about
I've had a woman in my practice who had migraines every day, and huge one, like vomiting and all 9 yards.
yeah.
Um, it turns out that she was still living with her husband and slept with her husband, didn't do anything, so no sex, but she had a boyfriend,
Ah,
and she went to her boyfriend every once in a weekend every month, and that was the issue. Because
wow.
when you're in bed with your husband and you don't have sex,
Yeah,
the energy goes here,
of course.
and
Yeah.
it should be down there.
You talk about the emotional side of the body being the right, the left
That's
side, and
right
that the
side.
right side is the analytical side.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard a lot. I've heard that about the brain. Yeah, but I
The
didn't know
brain,
that about the
the brain
body.
is opposite. The brain is opposite. It crosses. The
Ah,
left side of your brain controls the right side of your body, and the other way around. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So the left side is your emotional side, and the right side is your analytical side.
Yeah,
And what I usually say to people, when you found your husband in bed with another this morning, it'll be on left. So this will be very hard.
yeah.
And when it's 3 years ago, it'll be on the right. So
Oh,
it's not.
wow. So
So
it can shift in time. It
it does,
shifts.
yeah, yeah. Because after 3 years, it's not an emotion anymore, but it is still in your system.
Yeah.
You haven't processed it.
Yeah. What about trauma? Any trauma? I guess that would be trauma. Trauma,
Oh yeah,
betrayal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
this is the same thing, huh?
same
When
thing.
it happens yesterday, it's in here, and when it's 3, 4, 5 years ago, it's on the right side, and you
Yeah,
can feel it between your shoulder blades.
yeah.
And when I feel their shoulder blades, I can see how low it is, and that tells me how many years ago it was.
Oh my God. This is like a
Yeah,
science.
you can really pinpoint it at a time.
This is
A
really
year.
like a science more than a
Yeah, yeah.
philosophy.
Well, just this afternoon, I had somebody, and I said, I feel here. That's about 3 years ago, and that's about 9 years ago. And she says, "Yeah, correct. Because 3 years ago, I had a lot of crap, and my husband was sick and
Yeah,
had to take care of my mother, and etc. etc. etc."
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, well, that's still in your body. Your body still
Incredible.
gives the signal that there's an issue there.
Does it ever leave the body, or do we hold on to it forever?
Well, if you don't get treated for it, you hold on forever, and it gets worse every day.
Is the treatment physical treatment or mental treatment or both?
I do both. I literally do both, and I know that I'm the only one in the world because everybody calls themselves holistic these days. Well, let me let me liberate you. It's not. I'm the only one, and that's exactly why I developed this treatment.
Yeah.
Because when I treat physical and mental, that gives it, then the treatment it takes a lot shorter.
Yeah. Is
So
is
that's why I
is
can help people in 2 days.
are these releases painful, physically painful?
When I treat you, it will be painful for a few seconds, and
Okay.
after that, it's gone, and you feel that everything is soft again, like it should be. Yeah.
So you talk about having to unlearn behavior. How does that all fit into the Taoist way?
Well, there's a lot of behavior that is being taught to us, but that's not correct anymore.
Yeah.
And I will immediately admit that we get it, we learn it every day, like fear, worrying, the feeling of being good enough.
Right.
These are all signals that we get every day. And the fear is taught every day. But you know what? We taught fear once, decades ago, to protect us against wild animals. But at that moment that we needed that fear, we lived in the jungle between wild animals.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know how it is with you, but I don't see animals on the streets anymore.
Yeah, I haven't.
Cats, but no tigers or bears.
Yeah, I haven't lived in the jungle in a long time.
That's why. Yeah, that's why the fear has no function anymore.
Yeah.
And the problem is when you fear, you become blind, and you give the control to somebody else.
Yeah.
Or something else.
Right.
When you fear, unconsciously you will attract what you fear, and that's the lesson, to unlearn.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, unlearning is it's quite a commitment. Takes courage.
Now, well, it takes motivation.
Yeah.
If you want to unlearn, you will unlearn.
Yeah.
And with this treatment, I deprogram your subconsciousness.
Okay.
So it doesn't take any action from you. It'll come naturally.
That's why you said 2 days.
Okay. Yeah.
So what is setback trying to tell you, and how do you decipher it?
A setback is a message that you're doing something wrong, or you made a wrong choice.
Okay.
And deciphering setback is, first you need to have a look at what is happening or what you are doing at that moment, and then have a look at what is happening at that moment. Let me give you one example. When you had an argument with somebody and you haven't talked to her for months, and you call her up and you make an appointment with her, and a few days later you go to her with the car and you get a flat tire. Well, now there's two things you can do. Either you can have your flat tire repaired and still go to your friend, and I can guarantee you that you won't have a good day.
Yeah.
Because something else will happen, because maybe it's not meant for you to go to her. Maybe it's meant for her to go to you.
Yeah.
And that's what this setback is telling you. Stop. It stops you,
Yeah.
So when you realize that I'm on my way to somebody who I had an argument with, and I get stopped, that's the message,
Yeah.
When you connect the dots, you realize that this is the message.
Here's something that you sent.
You can turn around and walk away.
Something that you sent that was very curious, and it's, why do 25% of people divorce after the summer holiday?
Yeah, well, the problem is a lot of people make wrong choices. A lot of women go for the popular guy, and that's not always the right one.
Yeah.
What I usually tell women, because a lot of my clients are women, I say, you know what? You shouldn't choose that popular guy. You should choose the guy next to him. The guy who doesn't have to prove he's right.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to prove who he is, how good he is, how popular he is. Because the popular guy is demanding all the attention from you.
Sure.
And the guy next to him is giving you all the attention.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
So what does that have to do? What does that have to do with the summer holiday and divorcing after the summer holiday?
The problem is, in summer holiday, a lot of people go on holiday and they spend 24/7 on each other's lips, and then they find out that they're not compatible.
Yeah. I think that's
that and
classic. Yeah.
The problem with guys, and I make a very big distinction between guys and men, and I'll tell you later why. Communication and emotions are problems for guys. They don't communicate. They choose not to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
To show their emotions, and that's where it goes wrong.
Yeah.
And when you're on each other's lips for 24/7,
you don't have to worry about that. Yeah.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah,
that's absolutely a deal breaker. Yeah.
So
And
why do
I
people?
make a very big difference between man and guy.
Of course.
And a lot of women ask me, what do you mean? What's the difference? And I tell them, you know what? In the Dutch language and also in the English language, there are a few words that completely defines the difference between a man and a guy. And the most important one is manners.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Here we say tell the difference between a man and a boy. Here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I say men and guys.
Yeah. Why do we worry all day long, Gerard? And how can we stop that? Because that's not getting us anywhere.
The problem is control. We try to control everything, but it won't work.
Yeah.
Because control is an illusion.
Yeah.
Of course, when we take actions, sometimes it works in our favor, but control is an illusion.
Yeah.
And you know what? We developed our thinking to learn new things, to understand new things, and to control new things. But the problem is, you only do that 1% a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So why think 24/7?
Right.
It's a waste of time. And the problem is that 99% of the things that you do every day, you have been doing for dozens of years every day. So why think about it?
Yeah. There are three parts to a relationship, you say, and that is a family life, a partner life, and your own life. Neglecting one will destroy all of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Explain.
Yeah. Well, what usually is neglected is your own life. When you have a relationship and you have children, you have through lives. With your family, you have a family life.
Right.
Together, you have a love life. But when you forget about your own life, you'll start living her life.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you have to go out every week, because that's completely opposite. But you need to have your own life. Go to the gym, do something on your own.
Yeah.
So you don't lose yourself.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think that, togetherness is a lovely thing. But I absolutely 100% agree. I have a book also, it talks about self-esteem. It's called the self-esteem regime. And when I talk about that, I talk about, there are three people in a relationship, much like you have said. There's you, there's him, and then there's the two of you, which is a whole different entity. Yeah. And so exactly what you just said. Yeah. Listen, we have come to the end almost of our lovely interview. I'm going to ask you, first of all, if there's anything you'd like to say that I haven't asked you.
No, I think we took care of everything.
Yeah, I love the fact that, I love that Taoist master. It's just so extraordinary. Why don't you tell me about your Global Holistic Health Award in 2026?
Yeah, I just received it a few weeks ago, so I'm awaiting the trophies.
Congratulations!
Because I will get trophies.
Wow!
This is one of them.
Wow.
I printed it out so you can see, but this is a real trophy,
and
I will get a trophy. Yeah. And I received another one 2 weeks ago, and that's the Netherlands Prestige Award.
Wow, Gerard, that's extraordinary.
I received the prize for being a well-being author of the year 2027. 26, sorry.
That's outstanding, Gerard. Congratulations.
So there are more statues coming.
More statues on the way. Okay. One last question for you. And you cannot say marriage, and you cannot say children.
No. Okay.
Up until now, what would you say has been your crowning moment?
Helping people overcome the shit that I've been through. Yeah.
Any one person in particular that really just comes out as wow?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a Dutch website too, and there's a lot of reviews from ex-clients of mine, and one of them came from very far in our country, about 250 kilometers.
Wow.
This was a woman that was very heavily depressed and suicidal. And she spent about 7 years in the, how do you call it? In the in the mental health industry.
Yeah.
Industry, not in the, yeah. She's been treated for about 7 years, and after these 7 years, she was still suicidal and depressed. And she came to me. She came to me, and in 4 sessions, she went whistling through life.
Wow!
Completely happy.
Wow!
And the funny thing was, she had a daughter and a son, and her daughter was also an issue, but the son had a very funny issue. He could only sleep with a woman when he was drunk.
Oh, yeah.
So these two also came under treatment, and after 3 sessions, the son told me that he had a new girlfriend who he could sleep with without being drunk.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I would say each one of those is a crowning moment. You have a lot of crowning moments. That's extraordinary. Really great. Great. Listen, I lived in Italy for 30 years. And when I come back soon to Italy, I'm going to come up and visit you. I'll just get on a plane and come up and you can fix me too.
Yeah, cool. Well, I've got a very big house here, so.
Very good. Very good, Gerard. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Gerard is a Taoist master from the Netherlands, and he is the author of How to Make Life Simple, Happy, and Successful, the Taoist Way. Thanks again for your time. Bye, Gerard.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the In the Limelight podcast, intelligent media for the savvy entrepreneur. You'll find my video interviews on YouTube and clarissaburt.com, and the audio version of the interviews you can get wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to connect with me on social, pretty much anywhere, and do stay well until we meet again in the Limelight.